Never underestimate the importance of body language. In this video, we'll explore the power of body language in making your performances feel more grounded. An audition space can feel empty, sterile, boring even. But don't let the simplicity of the setup of the room lull you into a performance that is also too simple. And reminding yourself about the power of body language can be an amazing tool for exploring your character. Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Cornwell with Get Taped here in Atlanta, Georgia, one of Atlanta's original audition taping services, which I co-own with my amazingly talented, beautiful wife and best friend, Brooke. Ding. Okay, let's keep this short. And for all my fellow acting teachers out there, I do want to emphasize that truth comes from inside. This is where you must start as an actor. And if you're new to acting and aren't quite sure what I mean, then stop this video and find an acting class right meow. Seriously. But for actors who have been training, paradoxically, you can get into that audition room and forget how to be a human. Case in point, let's head to that audition taping room right now. Okay, so here we are in the audition space. Now, I love this room. I love the color of our backdrop. But the room itself, this empty box with a piece of tape on the ground, it can feel sort of isolating or, like I said before, boring or sterile. And as a result, many actors can feel very restricted by this piece of tape on the floor and the fact that they're in a frame that's only yay wide and only about that tall. And it can cause us to create a snooze fest of an audition because we're so worried about being still or being inside the frame, or am I following the casting director's taping instructions? And side note, if you are transitioning from theater to the on-camera world, this could be even more of a problem as your new acting teacher who specializes in on-camera work has been yelling at you to stand still and do less. So you get to that audition and you really feel like you have to be frozen like Han Solo in Carbonite. So here are some quick reminders of how body language can set the tone for your scene before you ever speak a word. For each of the following examples, ask yourself, what sort of vibe or essence or emotion are you getting from me, even though I'm not saying any dialogue? And so imagine all of these following clips are the opening moment to some sort of police officer that I am playing, and whether I'm entering the scene or I'm starting in the scene, ask yourself, what sort of cop am I playing? What sort of adjective would you put on top of cop as it relates to my performance, strictly based on how the body language is affecting the vibe that you get from me? It's funny because with just a few of those options, just changing my body language doesn't just change how I am stationed in the frame, but it starts to already inform what different type of point of view I might have, what different type of emotional content might accompany that type of body language. Once I get into those stances or folding the arms or hands on the hips or turning to the side like David Caruso in CSI Miami, once I start to commit to a different type of body language, it already informs my character. And I don't even know what my character is because this is all just a hypothetical. So imagine how much more powerful this will be when there's an actual script with an actual character and a character description, etc. But let's continue on with some of these examples. What if the character's entering? Notice with those examples that you actually start to form an idea of what the circumstances are around my character. If I'm walking into a friendly space versus a possibly hostile space, etc. And finally, let's talk about sitting for your audition. I'm in a chair right now, but I have my back off of the back of the chair, so I have relatively good posture, which could kind of mimic a little bit of the body language of standing. But just by leaning back in the chair, already informs me of who my character might be. This might actually feel more powerful for my character, especially in a chair that has armrests. Further, I can cross my legs. That slouches me even more, but it causes a stillness in my character that, again, makes me feel a little bit more powerful. Interesting, huh? You can also play with leaning on one of the armrests if your chair has armrests. Of course, there's also the leaning forward, like you're on the edge of your seat, or really trying to make a point, or really eager to hear what the other character has to say. Each one of these different options for body language causes something different to happen inside of me. And I can play around with these with my character to see what feels right for my character in the context of this scene in this overall world. I will take this moment to reiterate that this does not replace all of the training, all of the foundational character analysis and script analysis that you do. This is sort of that last little sprinkle on top of the icing, on top of the cake, that will help maybe elevate your audition, or to look at it differently, to ground your audition more in the reality of the world. But it does not replace the need for training. Oh, and as a final tip, try playing with an opposite choice for your character as it relates to body language, as a way to maybe warm up and make sure that you're not getting stuck in a mechanical rehearsal that you did over and over again in your bedroom before stepping into your taping space. If you rehearse this thing to death, your tape may never get forwarded on because you'll just seem like a robot mechanically reproducing some sort of perfect audition that you rehearsed at home in the privacy of your bedroom. So as a way to make sure that you're not getting stuck in a rut, pick something that does not make sense for your character and use it in that last rehearsal before you go into your taping space, just to make sure that you're not stuck in your choices, and that when you go back to your original intent, your original point of view, then your physicality, your emotions, your cadence, your pacing, all of those things will feel fresh again. Because here's the thing, if you want to be an actor, a professional actor, if you want this to be your life's work, then you must become an expert at human behavior. It's non-negotiable. It's part of the minimum basic requirements. If I'm a director, say, then in order for me to trust you with one of the roles in my project, I have to believe that you're better than most humans at being human. At least on camera anyway. Let that sink in. It's not trivial. Reflecting humanity back to the world authentically is not easy. The good news is, it's a whole lot of fun. Okay, hopefully you found this shorter video helpful. If so, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on set.